Hello everyone. This is Autodesk Inventor Tutorials presented by Starry Industries. And this is probably not the first video that most people are going to watch in this channel. Most people first search for something and come to a video from the middle of the tutorial for whatever information they need, and then they discover the channel. And the important part is you're here for whatever reason. You are maybe interested in learning how to design, how to use a CAD software, maybe for work, maybe for your career, maybe for your own personal ideas. Whatever the reason is, the important part is you're here and you're starting this tutorial. And in this introduction video, we will answer a few important questions. I think it's important to talk about these things and just to be on the same page before you invest your time into it. So the first question is, what will be covered in this tutorial? So this will be a start to finish tutorial for Autodesk Inventor. We will start with the basics, the software, installing the software, navigating in the software, simple sketches, simple geometries, complex geometries, and then we'll go into single component designs to complex multi-component assemblies, animations, simulations, utilizing test tools, image rendering, anything you can do with Autodesk Inventor. And you don't have to have any kind of prior CAD design knowledge. The main objective is to make you feel comfortable with your CAD skills and be able to say that you can design anything you want with Autodesk Inventor. That's the main objective of this tutorial. And the second question is, what kind of tutorial should you expect? So first of all, this will be a very organized tutorial, and that's a pain point right now on internet because we will go over everything in order. And for example, 2 years after you finish the tutorial, we want you to be able to come back to the tutorial and find the video you need, skip to the section where we talk about a specific feature, specific capability in Autodesk Inventor, and get the information you need, apply it to your project, and move on. And secondly, it is going to be a very practical tutorial. After all, CAD software is basically a bridge between your idea in your mind and product in real life. And we will cover everything in a practical way. It must be practical, right? It cannot just be a theoretical thing that you just look at. We have to learn it in a practical way. That's the only way to become proficient at it. And you'll see a clear connection between what you're learning, what we're doing in these tutorials, and how that's going to be applied in the future, why that's useful, why you should pay attention to it. And the third question is, who can benefit from the tutorial? So this is also a very important question. And we can look at this in three categories. The first category is as a career opportunity. So people who are in the early years of their careers, people who are just starting to learn, students in college or in high school, once you finish this tutorial, you'll be able to, you'll be comfortable with your CAD skills. You'll be able to add it to your resume, apply for jobs which require CAD design skills. I I have to say there's a significant demand for people who can actually design parts, design machines, design products. And the second category is for career growth, people who are currently working at, companies, that use CAD software and they want to further their careers. They want to grow in their careers. If you're working at a company that makes some kind of a product and sells that product, that's how the business makes money. That's what brings value to that business, right? And if you are the guy who can, design that product, uh, that company sells, that makes you the go-to person in that organization. I've seen it happen many times, and people come to you because you are the person who can come up, who can answer their questions, and that makes you a valuable member of the organization, which means job security. You find yourself in meetings, you know, even if you started working at that company like 2 months ago, all of a sudden you're in a meeting because they need to design a product and you're the one who can do it. And you're in meetings with, for high profile projects with managers and directors. This gives you a lot of exposure, and of course that translates to more promotions and raises and more career growth. And the third category is personal projects, people who are not necessarily working at a company which uses a CAD software, but still have ideas. I mean, we all have ideas. After all, we all use products. We all order stuff online, see products on a shelf in a store. Sometimes we find ourselves saying things like, I mean, why don't they make a product that does this or that? Things like that. If they make this product this way, not that way, it would have been better or faster, safer, efficient, reliable, more fun, more aesthetically pleasing. Whatever the gap is, when we see the gap, we come up with an idea, and normally we should pursue that idea. But the sad part is a lot of people, come up with these great ideas, but majority of them don't pursue those ideas because they believe that they they don't have the technical knowledge, and just they can't do it. They don't know how to design it. They can't see it because they don't have this CAD software skills, CAD skills. So having knowledge in CAD software, how products are designed, can really change that, can really give you a perspective. And when you come up with an idea, you'll be able to design it with your own personal computer at home without spending any money, seeing that, if that idea is worth pursuing, and if not, simply move on to the next idea. Or if the idea shows promise, it can maybe turn into a profitable business one day. But this tutorial will give you that perspective that you'll be able to determine that whether that's something you should pursue or not. And the last question we want to talk about is, why are we doing this? So today, right now, you can Google Autodesk Inventor videos and find a lot of content. There are a lot of people out there making videos on YouTube or different websites, and they're just explaining things, showing how to do certain things, how to use the software. The common problem with these videos is it's just they're not organized. Sometimes you search for something, you find a video which was created by someone who explains it very well, but then you need something else and you can't find a video which was created by the same person. And the videos you find are created by people who have different teaching styles. They're using different methods to explain things, and they're not explaining it clearly, or they're using a different or older version of the software. So there's a need for a channel. As a one source channel, where you can find all the videos in order. And because of this problem online, this causes another problem. A lot of people nowadays go to online training websites, purchase tutorials, sign up for courses. Obviously, the main problem with that is they cost money and they're not cheap. And after you pay, sometimes they don't turn out to be that good, and you find yourself, regretting that you paid that money for that kind of tutorial. And the other issue with these courses, which is overlooked by many people, these videos are products of the content creator, the instructor, right? That's the product that they sell. And more they sell, more money they make, more people sign up, more money they make, and they never want to get any kind of negative feedback. And if they do, other people would not pay for it. And they never want, people to say something like, I paid for it, but it did not cover this or that. They feel obligated to cover everything. And the next thing you know, the entire tutorial is like somebody is reading from a textbook, extremely boring, completely disconnected from real life. And most people don't even do the exercises. It's just waste of money and time. And the sad part is it discourages people. It makes people think that, I can't do this because they don't even finish the tutorial a lot of times. And that's the saddest part, really. And we want to change that with this tutorial. So again, we want this tutorial to be very practical. We want it to be free, completely accessible, really organized, and we want people to enjoy it. And whatever we talk about, we will do the exercises on them together. We will talk about real life applications. And of course, before we end this video, I have to again say that, I'm really thankful that you're watching this video, you're starting this tutorial, and your interest, your time, it means so much. And I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it helps you with your goals in life. Thank you.